All right, welcome back. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. That way you can keep on coming back over and over to hang with us and our fantastic creative guests in the arts and entertainment world. I'm Allison Ingraham, and right now we are hanging with the ghost seekers of Central New York. We have Dennis Webster and Josh Aust and Ed Livingston and David Peck. And Bernadette Peck, who is the lead investigator, unfortunately could not be here today. So this is hosted by the Russia Civic Association in Poland, New York. So thank you guys for taking time and hanging with us.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Allison.
So how long have you been ghost seeking?
Me, approximately 5 years I've been with the team.
6 years.
I've been with the team 10 years now, going on 11.
About 12 years.
Oh my goodness. What's the scariest thing that you've ever encountered on a job?
I would have to say this comes in a close second, this particular location. But the first is the Maxon house, where I became physically ill because I encountered what I think was a demonic presence, and I actually had to step away.
Oh my God, anything with you, Dennis?
I would say this particular location, the Russia Union Church, was a pretty wild night, and we'll hear more about it, particularly one of our investigators who had something channeling through her.
Oh my God, that's so interesting. Anything?
A lot of cool stuff here, and down the road, Beardsley Castle was very active one time. We had some very active stuff going on in the dungeon, and we forgot to say our prayer, and something came home with me that night.
Oh no, that's one of my questions. Anything?
This place here would be my scariest place because I was following my wife down the stairs from the second floor, and I was probably about 5 steps behind her. I couldn't see her, it was so dark, and an entity pushed her down the stairs, about 4 stairs, and she hurt her foot.
Oh my goodness. If you could investigate anywhere in the world that you have not done yet, where would you want to go?
That's a great question. I don't have a specific answer for that. I would have to say it'd be abroad, like maybe, over in Europe. I would like to go, take it worldwide, if possible.
Cool, yeah,
So.
that's cool.
Yeah, I agree. I would say Dracula's castle.
That was mine. It came up for sale recently. I'll see you there.
I think Old Main, the psychiatric center in Utica.
That would actually,
Yeah.
locally, that would be, yes,
Yes.
that's the holy grail.
Dennis knows all about it.
Oh.
You just got out, didn't you?
What do you feel is the most important part of being a paranormal investigator?
You got to know what your boundaries are as an individual, as a team, what situations you might not want to put your team in, and know what to look for. But one of the most important things is knowing each other and knowing what everyone is capable of and accepting them for who they are and enjoying it too. You have to enjoy what you do. So.
Do you all agree with that? You have anything
Absolutely.
else to add?
Absolutely. Good karma.
Within our group, we're different than your typical ghost group. We have positive imagery, good karma, spiritualism. That's a big part of what we do.
Yeah, that's important too.
Very,
that helps with those
very
demons.
holistic approach, I think, too. Doing our homework. Dennis is good at providing the baseline on information, as Josh said, too. The rapport among team members is oh so important, knowing your limitations, and going in with a real positive attitude all the way around, and don't forget your prayers.
Definitely, right?
We have a lot of personal experiences also in our investigations, and we try to keep our team tightly knit together when we do our investigations.
That's a good idea. Do you ever go back to places that you've already been?
Well,
We've done the Rucker Mansions a couple of times.
Rucker Mansions on Rucker Street, probably
Yeah.
Stanley Theater, 3 times.
Erie Canal Village, yeah.
a couple times.
If it's a good investigation, we can always even do better the next time.
I was just going to say, do you pick up more stuff each time you go back?
I would say the Stanley, we definitely picked up a lot more stuff,
Got
when
more
we went back.
intense. It got more intense and darker each one. To the third one, we had like dark shadows following us up and down stairwells. It was very ominous, that third one.
Wow.
Because I think the rapport with the group being so tight and familiarity with the venue and having a good host or hostesses, that rapport translates to the other side too. And we're able to more, as time goes on, have a better relationship breaking on through.
Is there any place you have been to that you wish you had not done, and why?
I got one. I can think of it. Well, we tend to stay away from people's private homes, and we did. Josh knows it was his first investigation.
That's the one I was gonna
That
go
did not.
directly to.
That was kind of a little bit frightening, and then we left, and the person who lived there stayed behind. So that was rather difficult. We tend to steer clear of people's private homes if they're haunted.
And it was very emotional for that person that was there too. So that's why it's easier to go to a public venue, even if it's a business, because they don't live there. They can go home, they can leave. But when you're at someone's personal home, sometimes.
Especially if it's like not a friendly spirit.
the spiritual
Yeah,
issues.
yeah.
A lot of times they have issues beyond the spiritual issues,
Right.
to contend with, like other things.
There can always be extracurriculars that you don't, that's putting it nicely, that you don't
We
anticipate.
won't get into that part of it.
In other words, the spirits in this world are a little hard to deal with, so breaking on
Yeah.
through gets very complicated.
Do you have any tips for parents or friends, kids, if they might be afraid?
I would have to say that as long as you say a prayer, you believe heavily in, whatever your belief system is, and you protect yourself with positivity. And if you need guidance, you go to the correct people to guide you in those positive fashions. That's the greatest thing that you can have, the strongest thing you have, your support system that's around you. If they're scared, I'm talking about in their own houses.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they come to something like this and they're scared, then they're kind of
Well,
asking for it. You know what I mean? But I would have to say, just keep those people close to you that positively reinforce you and they give you that comfort feeling that you need.
And I would say, especially if a child is encountering an entity or a ghost or a spirit, don't be afraid. That doesn't mean that it's evil or demonic or bad. Don't be afraid of the unknown. A lot of times, it's something that's just a gentle reminder or a leftover or a residual. So if you're uncomfortable, you can just ask it to please leave. But very, very rare we would, as a group, would agree that these things are demonic or evil. A lot of times, it's just people are afraid of the unknown.
Right. I agree with that.
Seeking or breaking on through, getting a loved one in your presence, perhaps with different signs and signals, can be wonderful. But friends don't let other seeking friends seek alone. Being misinformed or uneducated, you don't want to go out there with a Ouija board and all hell breaks loose without knowing what to do. But it's good to research, know what you're doing a little, ask questions, and be safe about it. And learn, have a positive experience in some way, shape, or form that can add to your life.
And that's right about that one part that when we do investigate, we don't go out on our own. We're always with a partner or a couple of partners, never by ourselves.
That's great.
Even though Dennis likes to wander
Yeah.
off once in a while.
Because not only the spirits can cause a little havoc, but some of the venues we go to might be old, decrepit. This is beautiful.
Yeah, this is
But some places are run down. It can be downright dangerous, being in the belfry or in the attic and falling through, and there's all kinds of hazards that you might not be aware of without heat, without plumbing, without, the smoke detectors, so just be careful.
Have you ever felt like an entity has stayed with you after an investigation?
Not after an investigation. The one time, that's part of like knowing what your boundaries are and recognizing when something might be taking place and knowing to stay away and maybe say a prayer and, protect yourself. When I first joined the group, though, before I got into learning all of this stuff, there was one of the first meetings we had that I felt like something, for whatever reason, that something went home with me. It was kind of strange, yeah.
Yeah, that has never happened to me, but it has happened to Paranormal Ed over there.
Oh yeah, the Beardsley experience was off the charts. We're all very, let's say Christian, God-oriented, higher power, good things. Say the prayer. We forgot, and coming home that night, all of a sudden I get home, wee hours of the morning back in Syracuse. I go down. The TV was going on and off. Well, it was so late. The thing goes off. Later the next day, I forgot about it, and it was just dawning on me that night. Oh boy, it came back, and the TV went crazy. I'm going and then I had to tell it, you better go back down the throughway real quick, and had some forceful words, but that freaked my freak, I will say. Because I looked back behind the TV, I said, I'm going to show you, and I went to unplug it. 2 days earlier, I had unplugged it to do vacuuming.
So it was already unplugged.
Do.
Yeah.
I've never had anything follow me. I don't want to have anything follow me home. We do the best we can to protect ourselves of that not happening. But I've heard stories from people.
That would be pretty scary.
It's not good.
So Dennis, you and Bernadette have written books together, right?
Correct.
You have The Haunted Old Forge,
Yes.
and you have
Haunted Utica.
Haunted Utica,
And
and The Haunted Mohawk Valley. And you and Bernadette, now, did you and Bernadette research together, or did you do it as a whole, and then you and Bernadette wrote?
well, what we did these together. Our books are different than your typical ghost book because these are investigations that the group had conducted. And the rumored evidence, the evidence that we got from our investigations, and then us verifying that a place is paranormal or haunted. So that's what's great about these books. You can actually read about a professional group of ghost hunters, seekers, us, going in and verifying the haunting. And then we write about it in these.
Beautiful. Where can people find you? Oh, are you out for rent? Do people call you out?
Actually, Dennis, we're very honored to have an in-house ghostwriter who turned out to be a fantastic investigator in the long haul, too. So we got the bonus plan here.
Look for us if you just Google us or look for us on Facebook, Ghost Seekers of Central New York, you can contact, Ed handles that for us, and we return all emails, phone calls, and a lot of times people ask for advice, or they may want an investigation, or they may want us to do a fundraiser, like we're doing tonight. We do lots of fundraisers. We charge nothing for anything we do.
Oh, it's all free.
Yep,
It's all free.
we enjoy being part of the community and getting in these very special locations with a lot of history, and it's wonderful that we're able to give back for a presentation, a fundraiser, and so on. So certainly look us up on Facebook at Ghost Seekers of Central New York, and we'd be glad and anxious to interact with you in some good ways.
So what's coming up for you guys? Any more ghost seeking coming up? Are you working on any more books?
Well, we are going to be doing a big fall fundraiser in October for Catholic Charities. We do an event called Halloween, and we investigated the old Fort Schuyler Club in Utica, New York, which was a men's-only club until the 80s, and it's an amazing, amazing place. So if anybody wants to go to that, it's incredibly haunted and beautiful. One of the most beautiful places we've ever stepped in.
Very good.
I think it's even more amazing they've allowed women to be part of the situation since the 80s, so it's perking up again, I guess. So look forward to that. And we got a few TBDs we won't get into, but a lot of good things on the ghost horizon for us, that's for sure.
Well, guys, we've had a blast. I know I've had so much fun. I'm into this stuff, so I'm Allison Ingraham. But before we go, we would like to thank our partners at Famous Faces and Funny, Space Coast Comics, the Florida Book News, and the Word Fire Press, and our great friends at Some and Unique Magazine. These are the folks that share our videos all over the World Wide Web, and we hope you will too. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and let us know what you think of today's show and our guests. You can also check our guest links below. Remember to subscribe, log in, and stay tuned to see who we're hanging with next. That was
Cool.
Wow.